Welcome back, everyone. Going into the second hour here of RollPlay Swan Song. Adam, who needs to make some rolls?
Well, you will soon.
Dude.
So what did we figure out the cost? It's 1,000 or 2,000 credits per hit point, right? Steven, that's what you figured out?
Yeah, so it's 1,000 in material, 1,000 in labor, so 2,000 per hit point, and we can repair up to 10 HP per day, assuming this is a shipyard with the proper facilities.
Yeah. This is because you're the free merchant. The ship that you have is a
Frigate.
A frigate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, for 20,000 credits, we can patch it back up. It's really just like some dudes carting heavy chunks of metal back and forth and plastering them onto the holes.
Yeah, fixing the holes, checking hull integrity, whatever. It doesn't take that long. Okay, so that's a thing, right? So it's you're paying for that with the supply.
We're gonna take it out of our. We have 23K in our ship bank. Should I take it out? We'll have 3,000 ship credits.
That sounds like the proper use for those credits.
All right.
Okay.
P ship credits.
Okay. So let's take a look at the galactic map and see how long it will take the Swan Song to get from Mualimi to Gyaxi. It is a
three rolls.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 hexes. Now you can jump 3 because you have a rating 3 ship. You can jump 3 hexes in one jump, so you can get to Gunhild, and then from Gunhild you can get to Gyaxi. And yeah, it'll be 2 rolls.
Oh, 2 rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 rolls, but at -1 because if you jump more than 1 hex, for every 2 hexes you jump, it's a -1 to the rolls. So
First roll is at no negatives, but the second roll's
well, it's two jumps. If you do the full jump, right? If you jump straight from Mualimi to Gunhild, it's a 3 hex jump at -1 to the roll. But you have your navigation computer, so that gives you the bonus.
Yeah. Is that's based off int? Yeah, because that's plus.
Yeah.
So assisted is 2, but assisted is 1 because it's -1.
Yeah, you're at a -1 penalty. Let me just double check the.
Because it's always we've never done that before, but if that's how it works, it works.
Yeah, I just noticed if you're jumping more than 2, because we've never really jumped a big like 3 hex jump before. So yeah, it's distance drilled for each 2 full hexes is -1. Yeah, so it's an intelligence modifier, navigation skill.
All right.
That's how it goes.
Here is the first roll.
Okay.
It's a 9.
All right. Yep, you're fine. So it takes you a week. It takes you 6 days to jump from Mualimi to Gunhild, which makes it now the 1st of March. When you arrive in your home system.
Yeah.
Because Andoni is in Gunhild. And for once, when you arrive in system, there's no like blaring, like, where the fuck are you? Where is my stuff? What's happening? The messages
and
yeah,
warrior ships descending upon each other. Yeah.
The messages are basically just like about Andoni, right? Like memorial service messages, a lot of like missing persons messages. You basically are in the neighborhood of like ground zero of a terrible tragedy, right? And there's all these like people who have gone missing, and so you get these these messages that are like, have you seen our son? And here's the description, and it's run by probably by the army of Andoni, the like armed services, and they're so they're like warning you, like letting you know if you've seen any of these people, please contact whatever. Alfarius, do you have any like family still alive, or like on Andoni? Like what's your situation with like the planet?
I think he did have family. He was like a pretty normal guy actually, and then with the cataclysm, he lost everything. So that's why he kind of was reinvented, so to speak, and then picked up himself and left, as opposed to sticking around.
Cool. So like you weren't like a warrior before, but nice.
No, he was pretty. I would go so far as to say like a completely average guy, like whatever classifies as really boring in the Swan Song universe, like just a family man. Just
Could
normal
have been
guy.
like a government clerk or something, because Andoni, like not that long ago, there was this sort of bloodless coup where the government changed and became all about like Andoni for Andonians and like protecting the planet from like undue cultural influence and stuff. And then yeah, the universe was like, actually no, we're just gonna blow you up. So yeah, you might have been like a government official or like a civil servant or something.
Yeah,
Cool.
he just kind of weaponized himself and went into security because he thought that would be a good vehicle for getting around and kind of accumulating what he thought he needed to have in order to do what he wanted.
Well, he picked the right ship.
It picked
Okay.
him.
So, is there anything that you guys do while you're in drive space between the two planets?
I was just curious, really quick, how long it had been since the disaster on Andoni. Like 3 months?
No, almost. I think we're coming up on almost a year.
Oh, really?
The destruction of Andoni occurred in July, I want to say, of last year.
Okay, so half a year.
Um,
Been a while.
You
It's
said it was
March.
February?
It's March now, yeah. Yeah, bombardment. Yeah, the Night of Fire or whatever was July of 3200.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, so you guys arrive in the Gunhild system. Gunhild is also the home of Richardson Scientific too. They have that orbital platform around the gas giant. But okay, cool. So if nobody has anything else to do while you're in drive space,
Not really.
Yeah.
okay, cool. All right, so let's make that second jump from Gunhild to Gyaxi.
This one's the interesting one. Holy shit.
Perfect.
Nice.
Wow.
I get bonuses or something like that, right?
Let me see. I don't think that there's any bonus for rolling like super well. I think it's just don't fail. Yeah, you just ace it. It's your best, like the best possible track between Gunhild and Gyaxi.
Gotcha.
Okay, so another 6 days go by. So it's March 7th when you arrive, and yeah. So Vinaya, just to review real quick, there's two planets in this system that you can find people on. Vinaya is the homeworld of the Madari Syndicate. It's basically like a big trade hub, and Higgs. This is like black market central, basically. Like you either sell shit here or on Majid. If you want to avoid the Majidi Mandarni, you don't want to pay a bunch of bribes. You come to this part of the universe and sell things here. You can buy or sell pretty much anything. Yeah, a big bizarre planet, basically.
Okay. Would I think that? Oh god, now I'm blanking on her name. The head of the. Rajani. Would I think that she would give me a fair deal on the goods that we have?
I mean, Rajani's not known for being like fair, exactly. Like she'd cut a deal that works well for her, but you know that she would not try to treat you like a chump for the most part.
Yeah.
Like she has a level of respect for you at least. You'll still have to negotiate with her, but she at least won't be like, yeah, totally, I'll take that stuff and then shoot you in the back when you turn around.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So maybe once we get into system, I'd send her a message like, have some hot goods. Would love to meet with you, and then put a winky smile next to it.
Okay. Cool. The other planet in this system is Ingigerd. Ingigerd is a industrial planet. It's like the atmosphere is all corrosive. It has like massive factories everywhere, and it's used to churn out like all kinds of heavy industrial stuff, processing fuel, creating munitions, that kind of stuff. So that's the other planet in this system. So you arrive in system. You're still 2 days out from actually getting to Vinaya, but yeah, this would be the time to start reaching out ahead of people and be like, yeah, we just got in system. We'll get in touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And now you, Higgs, you had, I guess, okay, Eric had asked you to look out for, or to like get in touch with Rajani and ask about Dr. Singh's research, right?
Yeah.
Eric, you asked about that. Did you ever do it?
Yes, no, we did get in touch with Rajani. I've got it actually written down.
I remember I sent like a very
I had Higgs do that for me.
Yeah, it was a very like against my own will message.
Yeah, I remember you asked Higgs, but
I've got it written down that Rajani will look into it for us.
Okay,
she's
sure.
engaged.
It was a message that I was not comfortable sending or didn't care to send, but I sent it regardless.
Okay, perfect. So she's had some time to look into that. Okay, can you, Eric, can you make a luck save for me?
Sure. Wow.
How'd we do?
Not good.
Not good? Okay.
7 out of 14.
Not what we need. No. Okay. So I think that Rajani gets back to you in fairly short order, like within a day or so. Higgs. So you just say we have some stuff to sell, or we have hot goods. I think was.
We have hot goods.
Okay.
To sell.
So she replies just by text. Higgs, you know I'm not interested in your hot goods, but if you're looking to sell something you've stolen or obtained somewhere illegally, well, maybe we can make a deal. Winky smiley face. And then I looked into that Dr. Singh for you. Interesting case. We should talk about it in person. And she says, yeah, do you want to meet up?
Do I remember the name of that bar that we met up when we were here last?
I don't remember the name of the bar. I don't know if I ever told you guys what it was, but yeah. I mean,
Chad might
remember. Yeah.
But I would respond, yeah, let's meet at the bar that you took me to the first time, or when I was last
right,
here.
Right, she took you up into the VIP section and
yeah.
hung out up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I say, yeah, let's meet there. I'll bring the information.
Okay. Perfect. You get a reply like from her assistant that just says, yeah, Miss Van Dorn will be there and sends you a time to meet.
Okay, I don't reply to the assistant.
Good call. Okay. Does anybody else have anybody they want to get in touch with?
So, like, hang on. This is Vinaya.
You're in the Geoxy system, and Vinaya is one of the planets you are headed.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to send a message to Dr. Singh.
Okay, sure.
I guess Eric could probably be incredibly formal about it. Like, he probably wouldn't even say hello, like, we're back for a while. He'd probably just be like, Dr. Singh, please provide me a description of your research and the circumstances under which it was taken from you. Regards, Eric Fretheim.
Okay. He probably replies with something like, I'm sorry, I don't know an Eric Fretheim. Who is this?
Eric replies, you installed an eye in one of my companions. We discussed recovering some missing items for you.
Then he remembers and says something to the effect of, he doesn't know anything about it. He just tells you this like sad story that he kind of told you before. He's like, well, this is what happened, and he talks about how he was working on this project, and then the his jealous competitors learned of his progress and unjustly had him arrested and had his license taken away and his equipment and research was stolen away from him by the local government.
Who were these jealous competitors?
There's probably like a cabal of psionic researchers that he but I do not have a name for. Let me grab a cool name for you.
Totally.
But yeah, basically they're just like psychic research corporation. They're called the Carswell Combine.
That's who Dr.
That's the
Sanctions?
jealous competitors of Dr.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha,
exactly.
gotcha.
He was
the
Dr.
Carswell
Singh.
Combine.
Dr. Singh was an independent researcher, and then the fucking Carswell Combine came along, and we're like, "Oh, nice research. We'll take it."
Yeah. Wouldn't be a shame if something happened to it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, cool. So the Carswell Combine like tipped the government off, and the government came and confiscated his work.
Yeah, I mean, he implies that they not even tipped them off, like just straight up bribed the police force to
Yeah.
like come and arrest him and take away his shit. And
Okay, cool. Anybody have culture, whatever, that can help us find out more information about the Carswell Combine?
I have criminal, but that's about it.
yeah, I mean, any culture like that skill, you
that
can
based
see if they
off
have.
charisma?
Yeah, I'd probably like wander into Higgs' office sometime, or
Yeah,
like
let's-
into the mess hall while Higgs is there. I'm like looking over my papers and I'm just like looking at them and not even looking up. Mr. Higgins, do you think you could find more information for us about this Carswell Combine? It seems that they may have had a hand in removing Dr. Singh's SciTech research from his person.
Is this worth money, Eric? Why do I need to research? I don't typically do the research.
Well, it's worth XP.
It would be an experience.
Experience for you or experience for me?
Well, if we get Dr. Singh back his SciTech research, then he will be able to tell us more information about Peony's eye and also help us understand more about the crystals we're trying to offload and how they might be of more
All right,
value
yeah,
to
yeah.
us.
No, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm bored. Yeah, I got you.
I'm bored.
You're talking too long already.
Conversation.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Jesus,
I
is that
can't. I can't imagine being in a conversation with Higgs where he gets bored. Like he just Han Solo you, like just boring conversation anyway.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so how are you going to look into that, Higgs?
could I just call someone in the criminal world or call a contact in the criminal world?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can just like put out the feelers. You can make a charisma check and just like message a bunch of people and be like, "Hey, does anybody know about this Carswell Combine?" You can also, if you want to, make a culture criminal with intelligence just to see your own personal, like if you've ever interacted with them in the past.
All right, I'll do that first.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Yeah, you can do both for sure. Different approaches to the same
It's a
thing.
10.
Okay, and this is the intelligence one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah,
I don't know why that's plus. My answer's not +1. That's a 9. But whatever.
Okay, sure. Do you have culture criminal at 1?
Oh yeah, that's what it is. That's okay.
That's
yeah,
all.
it's
Yeah,
10,
so you got your 10. Nice. Okay. The Carswell Combine is a research group that was originally like connected to an ex-Commander university in some way, but spun off to become a private corporation. They're all about like personal growth through psychic research. They do a lot of work with like unlocking your inner potential. You see their infomercials occasionally. You can go to like a Carswell facility and undergo some kind of like psychic training to unlock your inner you. Generally, they're considered kind of like scammers. You know, lots of people that have had all their money like taken by the Carswell Combine, trying to like become better after like a divorce or a drug habit or like the death of a loved one or something. But they do have like some legitimate sway in terms of like researching psychic technology. They actually might be able to give you a good price on these crystals now that you think about it, because they are directly opposed to the Hovaden Caliphate, and now that the Caliphate controls the planet the crystals come from, they're going to be looking for like illegal sources of that stuff.
We can use the crystals as an excuse to get in with them and then steal back Dr. Singh's research.
Well, hold on now. These people are going to give us good money. We should just steal the money back.
We can do that at the same time.
Would I generally think that that's a bad idea? Are these people super dangerous?
I mean, they're psychics. They're hard to lie to. And as a con man, you know, you probably steered clear of giving yourself an excuse to lie to them. But
It's not like I'm going to lie to them unless they ask me if I'm going to steal it back.
yeah, I mean, you know, stealing the like What do you want to steal back from them exactly?
Well, so
What's the proposed crime
the
here?
plan wasn't entirely sound. So these guys had something to do with the removal of Dr. Singh's research. So like while we're meeting with them or whatever, because of diversion, go get access to some computers, poke around or whatever, try to see if they have any of his research or if information about where his research is or how we can get leverage to get his research back while the deal is going down. Credits go through, we just steal the credits back in GTFO.
Stealing the credits back is like, yeah, I mean, you have to get Piani on board because that's like computer stuff, right? Not like, yeah. It's not like you give them a box of gold and then sneak into their lair and take it back.
I'm sorry, we have to pay you in gold bullion.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
we still need to talk to the people
What?
for Eric, so.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll
What?
just relay all that information to Eric about the group. I don't keep anything from him.
Cool.
Sure.
Then
Robs would pay for.
Why do you want to steal the crystals back?
Not the crystals, the credits. What credits? What?
The credits. That's what I meant to say.
Something got lost. We got lost.
There's some
are no
confu-
credits.
there's some very
We're not giving
confused-
them credits. We're giving them crystals, and
Right.
then we could steal the crystals back.
Got it. Okay. At some
Cool.
point, someone said credits when they meant crystals.
Okay.
Yes, and
No,
then the
no,
rest of us
I
ran
meant-
with it.
oh yeah, that's you're right. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
We
So
would have the
it was
credits, yeah.
to sell them the crystals,
Yes.
get paid, and then
Yes.
steal the crystals back.
Yes.
Why the
Yes.
fuck do you want to steal the crystals back?
Well, to sell them again.
But
To the same group.
We could even sell them to the same group. I could just go under a different personality.
We've got more crystals here.
yeah,
Think about it, Piani. Think of the monies.
no, it. Other than the money, there's not a good reason to do this.
Hold on one second. Pi, is there a good reason to do this?
Okay. Pi just says, I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Never mind. You're just supposed to say yes and then give us a reason, Pi.
Oh wait, nothing got. Was that a new ringtone?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, is that you can hear that really easy?
Yeah.
It's okay.
What's
No. So,
I guess I'll stay muted.
how come we have to make it so complicated?
Well, I mean, we don't have anything going on, so I just thought, why not have a little fun?
It's true. Well, it's been nearly 3 weeks since we were chased by anyone.
Yeah, that's a new record for me. It's kind of boring.
Most of
So-
it we were in drive space, but that's okay.
How do you propose we're gonna steal the crystals back?
I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. We got to sell it to them first, and then we'll look at the facilities, and then make Alfaria shoot some people. Then we'll just walk in and steal the crystals. We're good. We have a car now. We can hit the side of the building with the car and just put them in there. Seems salt.
How many crystals do we have again?
You have like
100,000.
a crate.
We have a
100,000
crate.
street
Just
value, 100,000 credits worth, but that'll vary between like pretty wildly depending on how well you roll and who you're selling them to.
So
Eric gets this funny look on his face. He says, I wonder if I could make some kind of remote detonation capability from the crystals, and then when we are out of the building, I can use my telekinesis to detonate all of the crystals in the building.
Why would
instead
you,
of
hold on.
stealing them,
What? That doesn't do any good. We don't want to kill the people.
It would blow them up.
Why you want to do that?
Has it been established that they're a bad group, right? Like they.
Oh,
did they
yeah.
do any wrong with them?
I try not to use like bad to describe large
Which
organizations.
shade of gray would you describe them as?
This is the Scientology of
No, see,
of Swan Song.
it's not because it's not. They're not a religion. They're like a self-help organization that uses actual like psychic stuff, but in kind of a bullshitty, expensive way. They're
like Scientology.
Thetans.
but it's all
Don't you
real. Like the psychic disciplines they use are actually real. So
don't you think the research is more important?
Are we concerned at all with attracting new enemies? I'll be in my room.
No.
Are we ever concerned about that?
No.
I was just making sure that no one else was concerned, because I'm not. Look, we don't
Perhaps-
have to steal back the crystals. How about we just do this? We see how much money they want, and then I see how much money Rajani's going to ask us, and then we just take the better deal, and we're done.
Well,
We're
we
off our
have to
hands
get
clean.
the research as well.
Yeah, we're going to have to steal that. Yeah, no, you're right. We'll steal that for sure.
Yes, I think that it's the government that has the research, but the
I thought
these stupid guys, the Carswell Combine, they were the ones who tipped off the government, so we can probably find information about where it may be stored if we gain access to their report systems.
All right.
All right,
Something
well, I'll
do.
talk. I'll mention it to Reggiani. Maybe she could help us out with this. We'll figure it out. I don't know. Sounds like fun. Let's go ahead and meet with her though, and we'll go from there. Does that work?
I think that
Yes.
sounds like a good plan, Mr. Higgins.
Dude.
Okay.
Good. All right.
All right. So maybe we like diagonal wipe to the outside of this like club that Rajani owns, basically. So we get the music from the outside and pan in through a window, and all of you are I guess like approaching Rajani's little like private area up above the like dance floor. It's night. There's drinks readily available, and it's quite packed. Like it's busy and loud and kind of like hot as you move through the crowd. You approach Rajani, and she's surrounded by a group of men and women that they look a little too serious for the club. They're all dressed in a similar like garb as Rajani. She's wearing kind of the sari like dress that you saw her in before. There are a couple of guys in like turbans that she's talking to, and then there's a man and a woman who look like they're in like military fatigues. They have berets. But they're like tucked under their epaulets, and they're all having like a serious animated conversation in this this language that none of you speak. And then Rajani sees you, Higgs, and she like puts a hand up, like, hang on a second,
Yeah.
and then makes eye contact with like a waiter, I guess, and the waiter walks over towards you, and asks you in Swahili accented English what he can get you.
Well, you can give me a conversation with Miss Reggiani. I'm not a drinking man by any means.
He says, Miss Van Dorn is indisposed at the moment, Captain Higgins. As soon as she's done with her guests, I'm sure she'll be available to speak with you. And he like looks at the rest of you. Can I get anything for you, please? And he gestures to a nearby, like there's a couch area that's open with a table in front of it.
One alcohol, please.
He kind of squints at you. Yes, the bartender's choice. Ma'am. And he looks at you.
The same.
And when he turns to you, Alfarius, he hadn't really like noticed you before, and then he sees you, and you see his he takes a sharp breath in, and then composes himself and says, "Sir, can I get anything for you?"
No, thank you.
He nods, of course, and he heads off to the bar.
Yeah, I walk over to the couch and sit down.
Okay. All right. So you sit, and after a few minutes, he comes back, and while this is happening, Rajani, it seems to be a two-sided argument between the men, the turbaned men, and the military people. They're arguing with Rajani, and Rajani is basically like giving them shit for something. And yeah, it's like it looks like they're having a fight. Like they're like she stands up a bunch of times and like points at them. There seem to be like some insults going back and forth. You can just hear it over the sound of the music, which is quite loud. And she seems to be like at least breaking even on the argument. Your waiter comes back with two drinks. They're like a light blue color. Like they kind of glow a little bit. They're in martini glasses. He sets them down on the table in front of Eric and Piani, um, and then he looks around to make sure nobody needs anything, and then walks off again. Okay, so Rajani finishes her argument. She finishes it because the men leave. One of them says something really angrily, and then the two of them walk away. Rajani finishes a conversation with the women, or the man and the woman in the military fatigues. They seem to come to like an agreement on something, and then the two military people follow them. And then Rajani, as if like taking off a costume, her countenance totally changes. She goes from being like angry and like aggressive to like smiling, and like she waves at you and gestures for you to come over to her table.
Yeah, I guess I stand up and straighten out my jacket. I'm wearing my corduroy jacket, but just normal pants.
Okay.
And I just start walking over towards her, kind of beckon the group to follow.
Okay.
Do I have my alcohol yet?
I sat on over.
You both of you have your drink in front of you.
They're glowing blue.
Yeah, your blue drinks. So you can tell it's the future.
Yep. Eric probably like accidentally spills some in his long blonde beard, so now he's got like blue glow in his beard.
Oh, I could see that.
Okay. So
We walk
Do
up.
you-
I walk up to where she's at.
Yeah.
But what were we gonna ask?
yeah. No, that's okay. I was gonna say, so you just walk up and the rest of the crew follows you?
Yeah, I walk up and kind of, if the guys are still in eyesight, I stare at them and look back at her and say, "You got some new friends?"
She shrugs. She says, "We're trying to work out a deal. It's some of these lesser clans, they don't know how to operate. No respect for their elders." And she laughs because she's like at least 20 years younger than both those dudes.
Well, I mean, if you just killed the person in charge in front of everyone else, they'd probably give you some attention.
She laughs and she's like, "Well, thankfully I didn't have to do that. Your Mr. Sicarian did it for me." But they're resistant. As I said, some of these lesser clans have self-esteem problems. They don't like having me in charge. Bloodline issues.
Oh.
Anyway,
I mean, kill
I'm
another one.
sure we can
that'll-
get them worked out.
Yeah, kill second in charge. It'll eventually work if you kill enough. That's what I always say.
She laughs and she says, "In my experience, that's true. If people don't agree with you, you kill them and replace them with people who do."
Yeah. Anyways, how's it going? We got some stuff we need to talk about.
Please, yes, sit. Straight to business, huh?
Yeah, I'm not drinking tonight, so I don't have too much extra
Yeah,
influence.
She raises an eyebrow at you.
It's a new.
Interesting.
I'm trying it. All right, don't have to make a deal out of it.
Is this something you picked up while you were in the Caliphate? Have you converted?
No, I drank while I was at the Caliphate.
She laughs. That's an unusual behavior. Drinking where it's illegal, and then here, and she like gestures around, not
Yeah.
I'm
I'm born to be wild,
Knocks
alright?
his back.
I sit down and say, well, we got two things. One, there's a ship out there, out on the other side of the galaxy. If you want the mining rights to it, we can give that to you. I don't think anyone else knows where it's at. But we were there for about, kind of like look at the crew, about 4 or 5 days. Seemed pretty good. Make a lot of money out there. Would give you the location of it. I'm sure you guys could do well with it.
She says what kind of ship?
Well, I mean, it was the ship that's out there, but it's got some stuff in it. You could go take it. I don't remember too much about the ship.
I don't often pay for speculation, Captain.
It was a space station, and there's no one else living in it, so you could just go in, pick what you want, and then get out of there. Bunch of AI stuff on it. A lot of money.
When you mention AI, she says, interesting. Seems to be a topic on a lot of people's minds these days. You had a run-in with an artificial intelligence.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But I don't think it's there anymore. So some of the other stuff might be, and you could probably make some money off that information.
It made nanobot zombies.
Yeah, what he said.
She laughs and she says, It's nice to see you again, Eric. Zombies, you say? That must have been very interesting.
It was. They pulled themselves back together after we blew them up.
She shakes her head. Sounds absolutely horrendous. I'm glad all of you are safe.
Eric just drinks again.
Worth
Okay.
a lot of money, no doubt.
Yeah, see, the Piani says it's worth a lot of money, no doubt. So there's no doubt, right?
Hmm.
How much you want for the information? I'll let it go cheap. Just throw a number out there.
Well, let's talk about your other business first. What else do you have for me, Higgs?
Well, one of the things, and there might be more, we didn't get to explore all of the space station. One of the things we did find were some crystals. We'll let Eric talk about those because I don't know anything about them.
Let me see. Maybe I actually have their name or something written down here. Nope, that is not a piece of information I wrote down.
I mean, you know, Eric knows. I don't know what it is because I haven't thought of it. But Eric knows what the like mineral like composition of these particular crystals is, and could give like a scientific explanation of them.
We found a stash of something very valuable. It's called solarite.
No!
Everyone's looking for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, it's some god. Pluronium. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Oh
Okay.
god. It's like the Transformers. What was it called?
Unobtainium.
Transformium and
Transformium.
where was
Oh,
unobtainium
that's
from? Unobtainium was in something.
unobtainium is
Unobtainium was from Avatar. Yeah.
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 Oh,
Avatar.
God.
They're the worst names
I know.
ever.
That
Can't
is-
find it anywhereium. It's expensium. Better go get someum.
Yeah.
It's best.
Better go get someum.
Yeah.
God.
Transformium does take the cake though, as the
I
absolute
don't
worst.
understand. Yeah,
No,
like, they
that's
already
not
have-
really what it was called, is it?
Well, Energon is the Transformers
Yeah,
like
Energon.
Pretty sure.
made up bullshit, but
Energon.
Let me look it up because I
you
remember
can't just
being-
name it like it's an atom.
Dude, if
there's
it's
some kind of like
Transformium,
crystal, yeah,
I'm gonna-
crystalline, whatever, psychic reactive
done
crystals. So you tell her that.
It's pluronium. It's really, really valuable. People really want it.
She says, yes, I'm I'm aware of the value of it. How much do you have?
No, it's Transformium.
Is it really?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Transformium, yeah.
It's like so bad that you doubt yourself. You're like, that can't be.
Yeah, right. I've obviously blocked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I remember literally
back.
when they said that, everyone in the theater actually laughed. I remember it was like a comedy moment. And it was really,
Yeah, that's true.
it wasn't meant to be funny at all.
So she asked how much of there is it, and then
100 kilos.
She says
And
that's
we
not
want
a-
to sell. And we want to sell 90 kilos.
So that's not an that's an unusually large amount to find all in one place. Where did you get it, if you don't mind my asking?
well, I mean that'll cost you some money because that's part of the other deal. It's on the space station.
it.
off Oh.
She says, "Well, there's only one place in the known sector where you can get it, and I assume you didn't dig it out of the ground yourself."
Well, I mean this is the unknown sector because you don't know it. That's how that works.
I just want to know if anyone else is going to be looking for it, Captain.
Oh, well, I didn't think that. I don't think they will be.
Richardson Scientific did say no salvage.
Richardson, hmm? She nods. I've been hearing their name a lot lately, too. Interesting.
Some people
All
call
right.
them Dick.
Dick Science. That's their CEO.
Yeah, Dick Science, the CEO.
Oh my god.
Okay.
the Dick. Why?
So, yeah. So she, you know, you can see her like rolling over her proposal like price to you in her head, and then she says, "Well, is that everything? I've been busy. I just want to make sure I have a full accounting of things."
Well, we got the space station, location of that. We got the ore. Kind of, I guess I like to look around. It's like I think there was a ice mining ship or something too. If you want the location of that, I don't know. I guess that'd be pretty good. We got some ice on the ship, or we had it once.
I think it's water now.
It's probably water
It's
now.
still ice. Doesn't just melt.
Is it still
So
ice?
yeah, it's totally still ice.
Yeah, no, we got some ice on the ship.
She says, and you got this from the same place where this mining vessel was?
Yeah, nearabouts. You could probably make it in the same trip.
Well, I'd have to examine the cargo. I can send one of my science team to take a look at what you have, both the crystals and the ice supply. How about we make a trade for the information? I have some information you might be interested in.
Well, how do I know if I'm interested in it without knowing what it is?
And how am I to know what the value of this space station is before I go there?
Because you're sending the science team.
Oh, you're going to tell me where it is, and I'll send my team to it and then come back, and then I pay you?
Yeah, I'm okay with that as long as you pay us for the other stuff.
All right. I'm sure we can work something out there. I'll have someone go and check it out. And she kind of looks at you and she says, I have to tell you, I'm a bit suspicious. This is unusually trusting for you, Captain.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you're important now. I got to gain some trust.
She smiles. Well, it's good that at least someone in this sector still remembers how important I am. She kind of like casts like a glance over at the bar where the two guys are still like they left the area, but they're standing over by the bar like talking like frustratedly.
Are they like giving us stink eye?
I think maybe like one of them is like looking over occasionally, but yeah, they're
Eric
not.
just waves.
Yeah. So she says, well, all right then. I can send someone. Of course, depending on how far away it is, it could be a bit before you get paid. But let's work out surveying what you have on board and talk that out over the next little bit. Is there any other matters of business?
Mr.
No.
Higgins.
Hold on, Eric's. What is it, boy?
What about the research?
Well, I mean, you can ask her about that.
She's,
Go ahead and ask Santa what you want for Christmas.
Yeah.
she's kind of scary.
No, not really. It's all makeup.
Miss Rajani, did you happen to look into the research that was stolen from Dr. Ranjit Singh?
She nods. Yes. Yes, I did. Interesting, though, the story your message told me and the story that I have are very different.
Really?
Do tell.
Well, from what I heard, Dr. Singh was performing illegal experiments, and that's saying a lot on this planet. You'll have to trust me on that. Enough to get the attention of the Physicians Guild, who had him disbanded disbarred for what he did, removed from the guild. Something to do with live human experiment. It sounded very nasty.
That does sound like the sort of thing he would do.
How long ago was this?
Oh, it would have been several months. Some time ago. He disappeared after that, though I think he's still operating a chop shop of sorts in the lower levels.
Yep.
Well, he may be a bit unorthodox with his methods, but he still had some research stolen from him.
Yeah, stolen might be a strong word. You're familiar with the Carswell Combine?
We
Yes.
They control a great deal of psychic research this side of the sector. Outside of Hovaden space, they're really a force to be reckoned with. They're very aggressive about independent researchers and patents. Something that Dr. Singh discovered was of value to them, and they seem to have orchestrated this situation to have him removed under fair grounds by the law. Really, being able to get the law to work for you instead of against you is a brilliant move on their part, but I think that's how they operate.
But what was the research? Why was it so important?
It's a good question, and I don't know. SciTech isn't really my clan's order of business.
Well, who would know?
Well, the Carswell Combine, certainly. Singh himself, I expect.
He was pretty tight-lipped about it when we spoke. He said he'd give us access if we got it back for him.
So you plan on trying to steal it from the Combine?
Well,
I don't think I heard those words come out of his mouth.
it seems to be within Mr. Higgins' particular skill set.
I just kind of wink at them, or wink at her when he says it.
The best.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she puts her hands up like it's your funeral. But she says, I mean, I have to tell you, Captain, I value our business relationship, and I would hate to see you fall into the wrong hands. I understand Carswell can be very aggressive about how they litigate.
What kind of relationship do you have with them?
Well, as I said, outside of the Caliphate, the Combine's really the only place to go if you want psychic research, sci-tech, that sort of thing. But it's sort of outside of my operation. I deal mostly in substances, less in ephemeral things like psionics.
Thanks for the info.
Of course.
I guess I kind of like look at Eric like, is there even anything else we could possibly get out of her?
Thank you for the information, Miss Rajani. It's definitely not quite what Dr. Singh had told us.
Well, whatever it is, if you do end up getting a hold of it, I imagine it's going to be significantly priced. So instead of giving it right back to the doctor, I would consider there might be another market for it. I think the Caliphate might pay nicely for that kind of information.
Oh, yes. Hoveda does have a significant interest in such things.
Well, good luck. I wouldn't go up against the Combine myself, but you have a way, and she looks at Higgs, of getting things done that seems impossible.
Yeah, I wink with the other eye this time. But it's hard to do, so
Camera
it's kind
two.
of like a bad wink. Like it looks like I've got some in my eye.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
One eye's super suave, the other one's super awkward.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else we need? I think we're good at. What was this information you had for us? What was that about? Can you at least tell me what it's about?
She smiles and she says, well, you have to know these things aren't free.
Well,
I'm
I'll
a
buy a drink. How
businesswoman,
about that?
Higgs. You'll buy me a drink at the bar that I own.
Yes. You'll get the money.
Make a persuade roll.
All right, let me change that. Persuade. What's my charisma bonus? 1.
Yeah, with your charisma.
Charisma.
Fuck. I want to reroll that.
Okay.
How could I fucking get a 6 on that? Christ.
He farts just a little bit as he says that.
10. There we go.
There you go. All right. So she
It starts to leak out, Jeff, but then I just clench and wink with the
Suck
right
it
eye.
back
this time.
in.
You just pinch it right off.
Yeah.
Higgs
Exactly.
gets a smile on his face that comes from nowhere.
Yeah.
All right. So she says, all right. To be fair, I suppose this information is somewhat related to a job you did for me in the past. It's about the acquisition of a Purity Initiative member. It seems that, well, the volume of your kidnapping was not unnoticed, and shortly after the last time you were here and you dropped him off, a bounty hunter was asking around, looking for information about the Swan Song. I understand he's from Andoni, and is a, well, I'll give you a name.
Boba Tea Fett.
She brings up her like comm. She's got like a gold and ivory like bracelet that she like presses, and a hollow display comes up, and she quickly like sends you a message, and she says this is his ship. I don't know the bounty hunter's name, but I think you're better connected in this way than I am. He's on your trail. Keep an eye out. I'd hate for you to be taken out of
Feng
my
shui.
employ.
That's fine too.
Okay, well, yeah, that's some valuable information. I'll go ahead and send over the details of that space station. Have your men come on and look at the goods. Very kind of you.
She nods. I'll send someone by tomorrow. Are you sorted out for accommodations?
No, we actually haven't found a place to stay yet. You got some in mind?
She says, yes, I can't have you staying in some filthy hotel. I'll send you details. Now, and she turns, she like looks to the side, and you can see that there's a couple of people that are like waiting kind of where you were at the like entrance to the VIP area. They look like Mandarinate, like diplomats, waiting to talk to her. She turns back to you and says, as you understand, I'm very busy. Drinks are on the house while you're here, of course. And she gestures to the bar. Please feel free to make yourselves at home. I'll send you information on your lodgings as soon as I can.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, all right. You have a good day. Thanks again. We'll be in town. Let me know if you need anything. Get
Of course.
up and kind of mosey about.
Okay. All right. Yeah, she goes on to her second, like her next meeting. What do? You have the rest of the evening on Vinaya to do whatever you want.
Eric, you did message Dr. Singh, right? Or did we not? We were going to talk to...
I did message Dr. Singh, but I just want to point out that a historic event has occurred here on stream for the first time in my life.
So this is about your cat?
Kiska has decided to sit in my lap. And this is literally the first time in 7 years that I've had her that she's ever decided to do this. So
well, enjoy those 15 seconds.
Yeah.
That'll be nice. There it is. We're 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay.
I'm going to like drop the camera and she's going to go running and tear my legs in pieces. Oh my God. So kitty. Very cute.
Adam,
Yes, sir.
linger back a little bit as they kind of disperse and ask for information on the bounty hunter ship, and then I ask Captain Higgins if he'd like me to look into it and see who we have on our tail.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, by all means. I was gonna, check my Rolodex as well, but feel free.
Allow me to do my job. I'll look into this.
Okay. All right. Good enough.
Cool.
And then I asked for Johnny. Johnny, can I please get the name of the ship?
She sends you, she just like copies you on the message that she sends to Higgs. That you can check it on your terminal.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, it's a log from like a Madari controlled. I mean, the whole planet is Madari controlled, but from the like a dock that Rajani has access to. The notes, like she has some personal annotations on it. There's a specific like a ship diagram of the type of ship, some details that the dock authority managed to like scan from the ship. The ship itself is called the Fulminate Blade. It's an Andonian ship. It's a gunship meant to be operated by a skeleton crew, like one person, maybe one person in a like a gunner VI. Port of call is Andoni. It was constructed originally by the, I guess they're now part of Sunbeam Omnistellar, but they're, so it's an old ship. And you recognize that a bunch of modifications have been made to it, right? Because you're a pilot, you recognize it.
Uh-huh.
The ship has been like kitted out. It has better armor, a better drive, better guns. The whole thing has been like retrofitted to, basically to take out other ships.
Okay. And is it fairly easy to tell who like the registered pilot is? Is that something that's public information?
So there is a name, but it's like one of like Rajani's team's notes is like fake. Like the ID is not real.
That's registered to the ship?
Yeah.
And really, you'd think over time there wouldn't be a known bounty hunter attached to a ship like that?
There might, but they don't know who it is. He used a fake name when he came into this system. If you have like a culture roll, like you can roll culture Andoni, and you could.
No, I got cultures for days, Adam. I got cultures for days. All right, I got a 0 in criminal. I got culture rolled Andoni. There's a 1 in that.
Okay.
So since it's an Andoni ship, should I use my culture 1? Let's use the better one.
I mean, you can use both of them, right? Like they'll give you different information.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna. My part of the story, if you want to knock this out right now, is I just kind of go off and I'm at the local fucking cafe or whatever looking at this information, right?
Yep.
Is this a 2d6er?
Yeah.
2d6er.
So here's the Andoni. Kapow.
Okay.
8.
Okay. And you got a +1 for that one from your Andoni 1.
Well, I already
You don't have
did the plus
you don't
one.
have a bonus to your. Oh no, I know. I'm just checking. You don't have a bonus to your intelligence.
He's just like Sakari. He only has +1 in dexterity.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So this is you like trying to recall the name of the ship. Yeah, the Fulminate Blade. I think that you remember this like gunship maybe in the news like around when the government was going through its changes. Yeah, it was like stolen from a military supply yard. Apparently by like a criminal that broke out of jail. There was some kind of like jailbreak, and yeah, and somebody like to get out of jail, they like stole the ship, and then fled the planet.
So nothing on the guy, but just the ship so far?
Yeah, just that the guy might be like if it's the same ship, the guy might be like an escaped prisoner from one of the like cultural control like camps, basically.
All right, and here's the culture criminal. Okay.
Okay.
7.
Okay. Yeah, the Fulminate Blade, once you start putting that together, yeah, there's a bit of like lore about this like this person. The name Bowman comes to mind. Yeah, and this guy Bowman apparently has like a reputation for having been like an escaped criminal from some concentration camp on Andoni. And he operates out of a retrofitted military gunboat. So you've got a name, you got the name of the ship, and a little bit of sort of background.
So a couple hours later, where do you think I would find you, Mr. Higgins?
Well, I think my goal would have been to stay at the bar, but only if Piani stays at the bar. So does Piani stay at the bar?
I mean, I didn't have anything else to do, so yeah.
Okay. Well, then maybe as you're doing that, we have like and all cliffhanger this 'cause we got to go to break.
Sure.
Maybe like it's just kind of dead quiet. Eric, are you joining us or no? Oh, you muted yourself instead of.
Oh my
unmuting
God,
yourself.
Eric, I can't hear you.
Sorry, what are we doing right now?
This is right after we spoke with Reggiani. Do you join me and Piani at the bar?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So maybe like it's Eric and then Piani's in the center. Or maybe I'm in the center, then Piani's to the right or whatever. I order a drink and like take a long swig and look at Piani. I'm just like, what would you say if we just kicked Pi off the ship?
So before right before the break, so you say that, and what's the reaction shot from Piani before we?
It just like that confused, like what the fuck words just came out of your mouth?
Do you stop drinking?
Like that
mid-drink?
little girl though, like that meme, like you know. Like,
Right. Fucking what?
Yeah. Nice. All right, let's take our break. We'll go into the final hour right after this. So don't go anywhere. More Swan Song coming up. We'll see you guys in just a bit.